I'm going to go to Poker4vets. Just give me 1 second. Poker4vets.com. I want to do it here because I did promise my audience and everybody that I was going to, donate this money. So I want to do it in front of everybody so nobody can say that I didn't do it. Um, all right. So I think, can we see it there? So thanks for.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
man. Truly
thank you.
appreciate it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the AbadAssLife podcast. Today we have a very special episode because we have two new friends that we're going to talk about something very, very important, something that is really one of my passions and it's their passion as well, which is giving back and being grateful for what we are privileged to have and utilizing that to give back to the people that need it most. But without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Ted Possible and James Howard. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Great.
Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. It's been a few a few weeks or probably about a month now that we've been in touch with you, Ted, and I've been wanting to do this because I believe we got connected through a post or some forum or some Facebook group, and you
Yeah.
mentioned to me a little bit of what you guys were doing, and I thought that it would be really good to do a podcast with you guys, and try to help a little bit in raising some awareness of what you guys are doing and everything that goes on with that. You guys wanna tell me a little bit more about the foundation and the organization that you guys have? Well, separately.
Sure. And thanks so much for having us on here. I guess it all started with me. I've been playing poker about 25 years now. So I cut my teeth at the Tropicana, played a lot of poker tournaments. But in particular, the story all starts for me. One day when I was in a Texas Roadhouse, I was just coming back from a tournament and I saw some veterans and I was like, hey, I really want to do something for them because I know that freedom isn't free. So I was touched to do something for them. I paid for their meal, but it wasn't enough for me. I didn't feel like that had an impact. So I like most things, as the name says, my last name really is Possible. I started on kind of a quest, on a journey on how I could help veterans, and the thing that I love the most happens to be a vehicle that I can use to help them. So I decided at that point in time I was going to give the majority of my tournament profits to the veterans, and I started to seek out charities, and that's where James comes in and his wonderful charity, which I can't speak enough about. The things he does, the lives he changes. I've been to his house, and it's just simply amazing how much of a heart you have. So much thank you so much for your service, James, and I'm so happy to be working with you. I look forward to many more years of donating to your charity. So last year I was able to put in just under $20,000 from tournament winnings. It was more than half my winnings. And this year I'm looking at putting in over 100K. So
Oh, wow.
thanks for having me on your show. And James, I'll let you introduce yourself. I mean, thank you so much for your service, James, and all that you've done for my freedom, because we know that freedom is not free.
I appreciate that, Ted. That means a lot. And Andrew, thank you so much for having us on this great show and this opportunity. To talk to you about our nonprofit, Veterans and Athletes United. It was started in 2013, and we're run by all disabled veterans, and we have main programs that we stick to are adaptive sports, accessible retreats, and we have a traveling memorial for the global war on terror to remember all our fallen heroes. So our mission is to really continue to build a quality of life for these individuals that have lost limbs or been injured in combat and want to continue moving forward. And we found a great deal of success through our programs and what we're doing. So we've been fortunate to serve over 6,000 veterans and caregivers as well as family members. For instance, our adaptive sporting program, we do grants to provide special wheelchairs for people to participate in wheelchair tennis, wheelchair basketball, you name it. We provide um, air rifles, bows to compete in the Warrior Games. There's so many events nationwide where people can continue to, move forward with their disabilities and make the best of it. And we try to provide those tools to allow them to do that. Uh, we also have a lot of internal programs where we do skydiving, hunting, fishing, a lot of great recreational activities to help them, move beyond their disabilities once again. We also have retreats program, which we provide accessible properties throughout the Mid-Atlantic. So we get them out in these tank chairs on the beach, doing things with their families and taking advantage of opportunities they thought they may never do again. So it's just been amazing to be a part of it. I'm a quadriplegic myself. So I'm paralyzed below the chest. Don't have much hand function, but I had to medically retire in 2010 after a couple combat injuries and side injury. So that kind of helped me move forward, and that's where we saw the gaps and what needed to be filled, and that's how this nonprofit came about. So it's been great to have the support from Ted and so many other great people that just kind of keep our mission going, backbone of what we do. So,
Wow, that's very inspiring to hear. Like it just listening to you talk from your own experience and everything that you guys have been able to do to help people. Like give them the hope and actually let them, providing them with the ability to do things that they thought they would never be able to do again. You hear a lot of people complaining in this world, and they don't realize that we live in a crazy world, but there's still so much beauty. There's still so many people like you that care, so many people like Ted that are going out there and doing whatever they can to be able to like help and give back and offer hope, or whether it's money or their time or whatever it is. Like they're able, like, just think about people that have less than themselves, whether it's financially or whether it's injuries or any sort of like physical challenges that they could have. Like I personally myself, I'm guilty of getting caught in the rat race, and sometimes just think about certain things and you start taking things for granted, right? Like a lot of us get caught into that mentality of just like become successful or have more, that at the end of the day materialistic things come and go, and health is one of those things that I now am starting to get very passionate about, because it's one of the most important things that we have. If we don't have health, we it's very hard to do any other things. And the fact that you guys are helping so many people find that hope to be able to do those things is just very, very inspiring, and it really one that makes me get more involved and do everything that I can to help support you guys. So a little bit about me. I like Ted, I do a little bit of poker, and recently I did a weight loss challenge bet because I have like gotten myself go a little bit too much and I want to lose some weight. And I had a few friends that bet me about, I think it was like $10,000 or $11,000, and I said if I won the bet, I was gonna give it away to a good cause. Not half of it. I was gonna give away half of it to a good cause, and then the other half I was gonna give away to people, and following the channel and supporting this, and hopefully a lot of the people watching this go ahead and look up your organization and help with whatever they can, whether it's times or whatever they can donate, or money, or however you guys can help. If you guys are watching this is an amazing cause, and really it's like just support it. But anyway, I want to get back to it. Is I want to donate $2,000 to the organization. And I don't know how. That's another question that I was gonna had for you. How can people find you? How can people donate to you? Is there a link? Is there a website? Is there social media for it?
So you can go to poker4vets.com, and there should be a donate button that will go directly to Veterans and Athletes United. and then that's a page basically that has Possible Poker on it.
Okay, and that goes directly to the foundation.
Yeah, I don't get any. Let's be clear on this. I am basically redirecting the donations to James. What I do here is I go out, I play poker, I donate myself. I also am really looking to build the cause of Poker Players for Veterans. I really want to assemble a team of poker players that puts $1 million towards veterans, and I will do it because my name is Possible, and I guarantee you I'm going to do it. It's poker players, right? You definitely have to be trusted within the community in order to get them to do anything with their money. And I'm making some major headway in that now. Like I said, I've been playing poker 25 years. I'm not a new kid. I'm going to work on, if I have to do it all myself, James, we're going to get to $1 million. Don't worry.
Oh, I believe in you, Ted. I know you will get there.
You are an amazing guy, man. I just want to say it seriously. I don't think enough can be said. Andrew kind of touched a little bit on, people are complaining about their daily lives. I mean, look at James. I mean, I went to his house. The stuff that he does for other people, he doesn't complain about himself. He holds other people up. What an amazing guy. Thank you so much, James. It is a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for your service. My family thanks your family. Thank you so much for having us. And I do really encourage everyone to check out Veterans and Athletes United's website. You can share that, James. I think it's vetsau.com. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I was going to say that if you go to vetsau.com, you can see our programs. You can see the stories. You can go on Facebook and Instagram and really see, those that we're serving. Recently, for an example, we helped infantryman that had been shot in the head and survived. Got him a hand cycle, and on the 5th anniversary of a shooting, we're sending him on a retreat so he can get out with his family at the beach and just, get away and really appreciate those things. But we also have, we're sponsoring numerous veterans to go to the Winter Sports Clinic. So they're going to be out there. You're going to have blind veterans. You're going to have veterans that are paralyzed like me. And they're getting on the mountain in Snowmass, Colorado, and then getting in these special rigs. And, we're helping to get the funds to get them there. So you can really go dig in and really see our programs. But I think you'll see the testimonials on there and just how much I think those things have really, it helped me get through my recovery process to kind of just get out there and do something I thought I couldn't. The first time I got on a hand cycle, I had to duct tape my hands into it because there was no way to tie into it. And I actually had to tie a piece of military 550 cord to the front brake, and I'd pull it with my teeth to break it just because I wanted to get on that bike so bad and ride, because I hadn't, in 2 years I'd seen hospitals and just been locked up and much less seen the sunshine. So that day I did a half marathon. I mean, when I took off the tape on my hands, they were purple, but it took me about 5 hours to do that. But I can't tell you what it meant to me, and that's just a small piece of what we're able to allow these others to do, and so many others through our programs and things. So I encourage you, please take a look at the website, take a look at our Facebook page, and just really see what we're doing out there. We're all in it for the main reason, and we can't do it without you all, and Ted Possible and everything he's done, and Andrew spreading the word for us. Thank you.
Like Ted said, thank you for your service. It's really just inspiring how, everything that I see in you, just having a smile on your face, and even after everything that you've gone through, being able to keep your head up and have a positive attitude. That's what, this world needs. And like Ted said, even if you have to do it yourself, well, you're not going to have to do it yourself, because I'm not going to just do a podcast with you guys. I'm definitely going to stay in touch, and we can do anything we can to that goal that you shared just now is going to become one of my goals, and I will do everything that I can to help get there. Being able to get to $1 million, and I don't know how long it's going to take. But I will be joining that cause, and I will be doing whatever I can to help you guys with that. Starting with this starting with this $2,000 that I will get transferred before we finish here. But like I said, there's not gonna be like a one and done type stuff. Like I really want to get more involved and be able to help. I have a small poker room in Texas, right outside of Austin. When you first walk in, we have our mission statement, and a big part of our mission statement is utilize the game of poker to do things, to give back and to help other people, and to being able to make it more than just a game. Like you said earlier, just utilize her as a vehicle to be able to do good things, not only for ourselves but for others, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. With the game itself, it just so happens that you can make a lot of money, you can win some money, and a way to keep the score in the game itself. But what you do with that is what matters. And yeah, I definitely would love to help you utilize poker to fulfill this mission and just get the word out there for sure.
Now we just got to find a bunch more like you to get it done fast.
You know what? You'll be surprised.
That's what America's all about, man.
Yeah, and you know what it is? A lot of people think like, oh, poker is gambling. Like gambling, the gambling industry has this stigma where like a lot of people think that it's just like these shady, horrible, terrible people that are in the back of an alley. They're gambling away, and it's not.
Sure.
I mean, like, it's like any other industry. You get your good apples, you have your bad apples. But I tell you one thing: like, I've met so many amazing people. Some of my best friends, my wife, I've met through poker. Like, I'm in debt to the game nowadays. I don't play as much because I'm busy with business. I'm really trying to to break into different industries that I haven't I'm not as experienced, because again, like poker, it was one of my major the major businesses that I had, that I have still. But now I've gotten really into like real estate and investments, a couple of things, so I don't play as much. But I will always be in debt to the game, and poker will always be a major part of my life because of all the things that it's given me. Actually, in last year we were able to we did a couple of benefit tournaments. We did a benefit tournament for veterans as well in the Georgetown community. Our club is in Georgetown, Texas. And then we did something. It was something related with flags, I believe. We were able to raise, I think, just a little over $10,000, or $10,000 or $15,000, somewhere around there, and that went to that cause. And right before that, we did another one for Pam. It was Poker for Pam. She unfortunately had terminal cancer, and she was a very loved lady. She was just like James here, always positive, always a smile on her face, always uplifting, always, bringing that contagious smile that whenever you see that person, it just brings you joy. That's who Pam was, and unfortunately, she passed away recently. So that's
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that was very sad. I only knew her for a few years, a couple of years actually, because she used to be one of the managers at our poker room, and she used to run the Contenders Poker League in Texas, or in the Austin area. But we're pretty big into doing whatever we can to support good causes and utilize the game of poker to do this. So maybe in the future we can do some events at my poker room and bring more awareness towards this. Where are you from?
I'm out of Richmond, Virginia, and I was going to say we actually may have our dog tag memorial flag floating around Texas. This year, we've had a lot of applications come from San Antonio, and goes to a lot of great events. I didn't get a chance to mention that, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Awesome. Well, I'll get with you after we finish here also, and then we see what other things we can do, including that. What about you, Ted? Where are you from?
I live in Charlestown, West Virginia, so like 5 minutes away from a Hollywood casino. Charlestown.
Nice.
But I play all over. Maryland Live, MGM National, Vegas, wherever. I'm sure you know when you walk into a casino and somebody knows you, regardless of where you are, right? I'm sure you've gotten that before.
Yeah.
So you have a room in Texas?
Yeah,
I'll
I
have to
have.
come check that out.
Yes, it's Georgetown Poker Club. We actually had a have a stream also. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's GPC Life. We're going to Texas fairly often. We used to do like meetup games like every month or so. We would have streams, and normally every month we would do like a little series where we would do like a bigger cash game. We'd stream that. Then on Saturdays we would do a tournament. We'd stream that, and on Sunday we would do some sort of benefit event tournament. Whether like I mentioned before, one for Pam. We did some for veterans, and we were trying to do another one, but unfortunately, I haven't been out there for a few months now because, as I told you guys, my wife is pregnant, and after the 6 months we couldn't travel, and I didn't want to leave her alone, so I haven't been out there for like about 4 months now. But yeah, we're about to have the baby, so we'll be going there pretty soon. But we definitely need to do something over there and do a benefit event for this as well. James, you mentioned something about the wheelchairs that people can donate, the modified wheelchairs that you guys. I also saw something about that in your Facebook. Can you how much are each one of those? Or like, can people actually like buy them and donate them, or is that something that they'll have to go through the website, or how does that work?
So if they want to make a donation, we provide the sports grants for them to get any type of equipment. You'll see if you get a chance to look at some of our Facebook pages and things, we've given like an adaptive bow where a guy who only has, for instance, I do the same thing. I have to shoot an archery bow at these competitions with a special brace on my arm, and I have to draw it with my teeth. So there's some other people that like use a special shoulder release that if they just use their chin, when they draw it back. It's just a small example of just how different sporting equipment can be modified. But generally like a rugby chair or a wheelchair tennis chair or something like that can cost upwards of $1,500, $2,000. So the other thing I had mentioned is we provide a lot of funds to help them get to these games. Generally a flight or lodging has to be covered to participate in, for instance, the Warrior Games, where they get all 5 branches of the military together. So we help, with the training. We've helped Paralympians, travel to participate in different sporting events. So that's always a huge help. So generally these grants are between, $1,000 to $2,000 per veteran. And then, there's all kinds of other internal programs we have that, I can send you a sponsor form to show you a lot of different pictures and, the amounts it costs for different things. But, it's generally around that figure to get someone what they need to participate in a sport that they desire or have a passion for and want to continue to do. So
that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get all that information from you so I can we can put it in here and people can see it. And one thing that I wanted to point out is that people don't necessarily just have to donate money, right? If there's any other way that they can help. For example, I know I have a bunch of friends out there doing Airbnbs. If you guys have those grants where, like, we can reduce some of the costs, whether it's lodging or travel or any of that, like they can donate times in their Airbnbs. I know you guys, I know how many Airbnbs you guys had. You guys are going to help me out on this one. Whether it's that or actual the traveling itself, people can help with the tickets or anything along those lines, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be just money. If they don't have the money, we can find creative ways to help.
Right.
That's
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how we've gotten a lot of our retreat properties already that are wheelchair accessible, and some of them don't have to be fully wheelchair friendly. We have a lot of different veterans that may have a single leg amputee or missing an arm or whatever it may be, traumatic brain injuries. They may not be able to do a lot of steps, but just a nice place like that at a discounted price, we can cover the rest and get people there. So, and we've had pro bono properties provided for us too, which is great too. So, on our volunteer page, if you do visit vetsau.com, you can see how you can, sponsor your property if you are an Airbnb owner and would like to participate.
Awesome, great. Yes, I'm super excited. I'm super happy that we got to connect, and we're able to discuss this, and I can bring it up to some of my audience, and for some of you guys to realize that there's so many different ways that we can help. So yeah, Ted, do you have anything planned out in the schedule? Any new upcoming tournaments that you're gonna play? Anything exciting for to root you on?
I try to play. I try to play a tournament every weekend, 1 to 2 tournaments. But coming up is Turning Stone's World Series circuit events. So I'll be playing all of those in March, the 19th, 20th, 21st, all ring events. I'll be playing them, and then there's always action around, the DC area, Maryland Live, MGM National, and I try to play. My philosophy is I want there to be 10K or more up top, in order to make a real difference.
Gotcha. Do you play all of these events on by yourself, or do you also offer some sort of do you sell any action? Do you require any backing or anything like that, just for people out there that may be interested in backing this this cause? Because like you said, you donate majority of your winnings.
Right. Great question. And that's the only reason I don't donate all of it, is because I need a bankroll in order to play, right? You can't give away all of your profits. Great question. So when I made the decision, I said, I'm going to sell a piece of my land. I have a 10-acre ranch in Charlestown, West Virginia. And so I sold a piece of my land, and I took that and staked it for poker. So I'm 100% staked. And I had a great year, like I told you. Last year was my first year doing this. I had a great year. But I am looking at, a possibility of doing 50-50 or trying to, get other people involved in the game. And I have a lot of interest in that.
Okay, yeah, because I know that, for example, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that are in my network, they're great people. A lot of the times we've done, and once again, I don't want this to come across, the braggy type of way or anything, because like I used to try to get involved in as many benefits that I could, but I always kept it to myself, to my family. No, I've never really done a whole lot of social media. I only had Facebook. I didn't have Instagram, nothing, pretty much. Now I'm doing it just to raise awareness for this type of stuff, this type of things, and also to just grow a little bit more of an audience, and talk about certain topics that really interest me. But a bunch of times, a lot of people in my network, and I have just, like, for example, last year around Thanksgiving, one of our club owners said, "Hey guys, there is this family that is getting evicted. They need X amount of money to like make the rents and all this stuff, and like it was the kid's birthday for the family, and they just didn't have it. They were going through some bad times, and I put it in a group chat that we have, and within like a couple of hours, we were able to help with that situation. The kid had a great birthday party, some gifts. They were able to cover the rent, and it's things like that. We've done a good amount of those, and now, like I said, I want to inspire other people to do the same to whatever extent that they can. Like I said, a lot of the times it doesn't have to be money. It could be, we can find creative ways to help. You can donate your time. You can donate a little bit of money. Anything makes a difference, right? And so where I was going with it is that a lot of my friends are very busy, so they might not be able to play a lot of poker themselves. So there will be a way where like they can help through you. For example, if they only have a couple $100 or $100 or whatever it is that they can donate, but we want to try to maximize that, maybe we can create a fund for you to go ahead and play. And once you win all this, these tournaments, we're able to amplify the amount that we could have they could have gotten. So like, yeah, they can help that way, and just basically creating a bankroll for you to go out and be able to play more and more events to try to maximize the amount that is going towards the charities.
Yeah, and that's something I have always been transparent about. My results are on Hendon Mob, right? So I've always been transparent about my results, just as James is transparent about his financials, how much his flow through rate. So when I recommend something, you better believe it went through the possible scrutiny. Okay, so I went out, I investigated, James. I thoroughly vetted his organization to make sure that it would fit my expectations, which are quite high, in case you haven't noticed, Andrew. And my expectation was that the money was going to go directly to the veterans, right? It was somehow going to impact their lives and make a difference. It's a lot different than just giving someone money, right? When you're actually affecting their lives and influencing their lives. And James does that. And then on top of that, you have, what's your percentage on your flow through? Can you explain what the flow through rate is, James, and what your percentage is?
Yes, so I mean, everything goes towards our programs and those we serve, but it does cost us about 6% admin fees, which is still below the 20 that you see on average with other nonprofits. When you start to go above that number, it gets a little fishy. But yeah, we've always decided to put our full effort forward in this, and just have so many amazing people involved that make it happen. So we've been very fortunate in that aspect. And like I said, I use my disability check to help cover this the extra admin fees, so that donors know that 100% of their funds will come on there. And like you said, if you go to our website, you'll see our financials there. You'll see what we donated as a board covering those expenses. What we put out towards our sports and our retreats program. And it really has a high impact. So every little dollar, whether it's $5 or what, it's going to get spent wisely and go directly towards helping them.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. I feel like a lot of the times, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are a bit skeptical on donating, because they don't know whether or not their money is going to go to the right, to the people who actually need it. And that's one of the things that really stops people from going out or going out of the way in doing this, which what I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't utilize the funds properly. But at the end of the day, man, when there's a cause that needs help, we have to do whatever it is that we can to help. And eventually the truth comes out, so a lot of all these people that are not doing the right thing with the funds, with the money, eventually people will know. And a lot of these funds will go to the right people like you, James, that are working so hard to actually utilize the funds the right way and for what it's promised. So yeah, no, 100%. I like to think that I'm a pretty good judge of character, and ever since we started talking, I only inspire me good things, and I want to be involved and help to as much as I can with this. So I really hope that a lot of people watching this would also take the time to go ahead or go to your websites, get familiarized with what you do, and do whatever they can to move the needle and help with this.
I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys coming on the podcast. I'm not done just yet, but I just wanted to say that. I know I repeat myself a little bit, but it's just very nice being able to do this and finding people like you guys that truly care.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it goes both ways there, man. Thank you for reaching out and helping us with this to make it possible.
Yeah, and it's really nice. One of the things that obviously I'm very excited about the cause in itself, but I think there's a lot of ways that I can help Ted with this because of the fact that we're both in poker and I have a little bit of reach in that industry. Um, I love I love all the posters in the background, man. See Vanessa Selps in there, Phil Ivey. Uh,
Yeah.
but now I love when the game is used to it's utilized the right way. Oh, you have everybody in there: Phil Hellmuth, Seidel.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's
Another gift from a friend.
nice.
Gift from my best friend. It's basically he took all the pictures and then he pieced them together in like one of those wall things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. For a second, I thought that the guy in the suit was you.
Which one? The one in the middle? It is me. That's my that's
Oh, that is
the
you?
purple suit is me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I thought it was like a pro poker player. At first, I was like, "Is that him? Is that a poker player that I don't know?"
That's
Nice.
my final table at Venetian.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I want to start playing a little more tournaments. I have like these ongoing joke with a lot of my friends. So like, I have a bunch of my friends. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch, but a good amount of my friends play poker full time. My best friend, I was best man at my wedding. Alex, shout out to Alex. He is probably the best poker player that I know. He's very very good, and he won the MSPT a couple years ago. He wasn't even gonna go, but we took a trip to San Diego, and a bunch of my friends and my wife won the 250 MSPT. It was like an event before the main, and my best friend won
Wow.
the main event, the main MSPT, and a couple of my
Amazing.
other friends, they all have like rings or bracelets or anything. Like pretty much all of my immediate close friends in poker have some sort of win of a big tournament, and I'm the only one who doesn't. So like you can imagine, it's always an ongoing joke whenever we go to play events, and I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
So I need to win one, and I'm going to. And
Yeah.
no matter what it is, I will donate at least 50% of it to this charity the next poker tournament that I play. So hopefully we can bank a big one and make a difference. Use those funds wisely.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys again. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know that it's it's a little bit late. I'm glad we were able to do this. I know it won't be the last time that we do it. And thank you for coming in the pod. Before we go, is there anything else that you guys want to get out there? Also, one more time, just for the people that may have just missed it the first time, where can they donate? Where's all the information? Are you guys are on Facebook, Instagram? Where can they follow you, and how can they find more information about it?
So as far for me, it's Poker4vets.com. You can spell it anyway. I own them all. And you can get to donate to James' charity through that site, or James can give you his information as well. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter. It's all on Poker4vets.com. The link should be there.
Yeah, so once again, if you go to vetsau.com, VETSAU.com, you can see all about our nonprofit. On Facebook, we're under Veterans and Athletes United. And then on Instagram, we're at VetsAU, VETSAU. So you can see a lot of the stories and the people we've helped and where the memorial flag travels and across the country, and a lot of great things there. So just can't thank y'all enough again. And I wanted to mention, our motto for the organization is an old Sun Tzu quote. It's, in every chaos, there's also opportunity. So I'm sure you see that all the time on the poker table when the chips are down or whatever it may be. But same thing in combat, and when these people come back disabled from their injuries in combat, we always try to look at the positive in everything, regardless of how chaotic it gets. And that's our sole mission, to provide those opportunities to these veterans and continue to keep them moving forward. So you all make that possible, no matter how large or how big, and we thank you all for it. So appreciate you, Andrew and Ted. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
James.
James. Again,
I really
thank you
appreciate.
so much for your service.
Yes, absolutely. And hold on, before we go, I'm going to go to Poker4vets. Just give me 1 second. Poker4vets.com. I want to do it here because I did promise my audience and everybody that I was going to, donate this money. So I want to do it in front of everybody so nobody can say that I didn't do it. Um, all right, so I think can we see it there? So thanks for.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
man. Truly
thank you.
appreciate it.
No, thank you
That's awesome.
guys. Like I said, this is just the beginning. I really want to be more involved. There's so much joy in giving back and being able to be even like a tiny help to, you know, just give back to people that are less fortunate in whatever ways, and that's really what matters. I feel like if more people, in this planet would just make that their main priority, other than chasing whatever it is that is less significant, this world will be so much better. So I'm definitely gonna
That's
try to
true.
do whatever little bit that I can do to help and putting my grain of sand into making this
Yeah,
like getting, especially getting to that $1 million. That would be amazing.
yeah.
So yes,
Well, we will get there.
thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure that we'll be working together going forward.
Sounds good.
Thank,
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
thanks so much.
All right, guys. So right in the middle of shooting this podcast, I got so inspired that I started thinking, how can I help raise as much money as I can to Ted and James? And I came up with this. I was gonna give away some of the money that I won for my weight loss challenge to you guys, people following and whatnot. I still haven't done it. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add $1,000. I'm gonna give away $1,000 exclusively for people who help me support this cause. So all you have to do is go to Poker4vets.com or go straight to the Veterans and Athletes United and go ahead and donate something. It doesn't matter how much it is, just go ahead and support it in whichever way that you can. Send me some proof, whether it's a screenshot or whatever it is. You can email it to me, you can get it to me somehow so that you qualify for these $1,000 that I'm going to give away. Only think of it as a raffle. Whatever you donate is your ticket, and now you participate in the giveaway of $1,000, and you can be blessed with potentially, way more than you donated. So help me raise some funds for them. Help me help Ted and James make someone's life better today, and you will be able to participate in a 1K giveaway. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy that this was one of the first podcasts that I've ever done because it's really important to me. I'm very passionate about good causes and being able to give back to people less fortunate than us. If you want to go ahead and do your part as well and try to help this cause, I encourage you to do so. You can go straight to Poker4vets.com, or you can go directly to Veterans and Athletes United and just look them up, see what they're all about. James Howard, the founder, is an amazing guy. Ted Possible as well. It's a poker player that is going out there playing tournaments and donating majority of his winnings. So either one of them, you can get in touch with. You can ask them questions. You can just reach out and see what can you do. If we all do our part, we can make this world a little bit better place. So thank you so much for watching, for following the journey. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, hit the like and subscribe button. Hopefully we can grow this channel and can start doing things that will impact this world for the better. So I'll see you guys next time.